just going to start a few minutes early. So, game capture, Cepheus protocol should be showing up. There we go. So, this is a very indie game for those who've never heard of Cepheus protocol. The best way to describe it is I believe the island takes place a little off the coast of Los Angeles, and an alien infection has caused uh, like a basically a zombie outbreak, but with alien-like aspects to it. So it's called the Pangu virus, and you have to wage war on these 4 islands before all hope is lost. Technically, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 islands, but I'm guessing they don't consider the 2 small islands to be uh, part of the whole island thing. It's made by a very small company, um, High on Winds, I believe. I could be really badly pronouncing the name, but normally there's an intro on this page. However, it seems like it's broken because the last update was over a year ago on the main branch, which I'm playing today. They do have an unstable branch, which they update every so often with new mechanics and whatnot. But currently, I'm playing the main branch since it's the most stable out of the two. Um, so we're just going to click skip intro. It is unfortunate because I really did enjoy the whole aspect of it. So we're going to pause right here. So the graphics, they're good for the game. They definitely did change a lot of items from when I last played. One is this aircraft carrier here is an actual movable object, which back when I played was not the case. You can actually recruit troops from it. So we're just going to recruit, let's say, a radio operative. I'm going to place them in group 1. Then we're going to recruit 2 engineers. Oops, don't want to recruit 3. Will that be enough space on the helicopter? Because we have this helicopter here, a Sparrow, which we will use to land. So we don't know where subject patient 0 is. Patient 0 is the source of the infection. She can spawn anywhere. So my hope is she's going to spawn maybe on this island or potentially the island over here. I know she'll probably spawn probably in Sabre Harbor or Braddock Parkway, but in last game when I was testing out the game last night, it she did start in Concrete Jungle. So I used the radio operator to bomb the bridges to prevent the infection from spreading. Little did I know, they did add new types of infected rather than just the alien zombies. Well, infected. I'm just going to call them infected, not zombies. And the whole, they have like giant swarms of crows that are infected that fly over and infect people. I actually turned Power Plant and Sentinel North into my evac centers. Well, Sentinel North was kind of like a mixture between my main population center for evacuation and my main source of base, like my headquarters I had set up there. I actually started building a wall to secure the dockyard. However, a juggernaut came in, threw a threw a car at some of my troops and killed them instantly. So there definitely is some danger to this. So we're grabbing them, telling them to get on the Sparrow. And then the reason I built 2 engineers is we want the engineers to set up evac centers as quickly as possible, because one of the ways of generating money in this game is via using the whole evacuating people. Because on here it says currently there's 160,000 civilians on all 4 islands, technically 6. None are infected yet, but the infection just started 12 minutes ago. Um, Also, welcome to the stream, Gingersaur. Or Gingersaur. I really suck with name pronunciation. Ah, shoot, zoomed in a little too quickly. So yeah, I do like it that they added the literal. Just gonna slow motion while I talk. But this used to be just a static, non-painted thing back when I last played. So they definitely improved it, and I love that each unit has like such detail to them. All right, with them all loaded up, we're gonna head to Sentinel North. Yeah, it definitely is neat, but currently for me, I have a pretty good computer processing, and it does seem like it does get laggy on the second or so day. So on the top left, there's actually it kind of gives you a little notice of where things could be going wrong. So people are going missing in Blue Crest Estate. So I have a feeling patient zero is there and potentially attacking people. And then we have civilians, which they did overhaul it, but civilians in certain sectors, they just live life. They added a reputation center, um, like reputation for your CERC, which, if I remember right, it means center. I can't remember the E. Center of. No. Basically, your mission is to contain the virus before it gets worse. So here we're going to drop off our a commander, one of the engineers, so they can build up Sentinel North. Yeah, it's a really cool game, I will say. Oh, did I disable chats to show up on stream? No, I don't. Huh. I wonder if it's just not showing up. Or maybe I have it set to a certain setting. But basically, the game, they've been developing it for some time. Um, they were supposed to have a campaign released. However, they've decided to focus on a co-op slash multiplayer, which the co-op I'm really looking forward towards. Hello, Pengu. So right here, they even have it where your troops can like zip line off of the plane. And with that, okay, Blue Crest Estate is definitely an infection hotspot, which is a tad bit disappointing since now they can access basically everywhere. Trying to think where I want to send the other person. Think we'll land at Saber Harbor and try doing evacuations there before things get worse. Like currently 16 people are already infected. So it really scales up. It goes extremely quickly, the amount of people. And they have a base building mechanic where you can build bases. And then we have Adriana Winter, which is our operative. She is important to the story. She has a unique model and special abilities. So if she dies, you lose the game. So I'm going to send her towards the bridge, which is the only way on Sentinel Island via land, the land bridge. And then the Sparrow is driving off. We'll be able to get sight of Blue State. I'm hoping we don't encounter Patient Zero because she can jump. She can jump and just tear down your plane. But yeah, people will be acting like everything's perfectly fine, even though it's not. But they don't know that yet, probably. We're going to tell people to start evacuating to Sentinel North, which means they'll just run over here. We'll get a civilian administration up, which, as the civilian administration, kind of works like a hub of buildings. You require it to have the sector you're currently housed in to actually work for civilian purposes. Okay, they're getting ready to drop off. I believe I told them to drop off the engineer and the soldier. Okay, patient zero is at Point Hill for sure, which is kind of bad because power plant I usually set up uh, the whole evac center. But yeah, in this game, the civilians don't notice it, but the infected surely will. Like, I've had this helicopter get attacked by several swarms of crows, and for some reason they all, like, ball up into one thing, so it's, like, pretty terrifying. I've had entire runs get destroyed due to the crows. It's like seagulls stop it now, if you know that internet meme.
What can I do for you?
Alright, now let's get a generator up. Great. So we will be trying to evacuate people as quickly as we can, because the less people that are infected, the less people you have to deal with. And then we're going to do something unique and go to Elena's point and try evacuating people from there. Because this is mostly the crowdedest area. Oh, and yeah, exactly. Um, they also do have some pretty scary infected in this game. Oops, Sparrow, do not. So we are trying to move quickly because the infection does get pretty bad compared to how quickly you can evacuate people. So with this, our evacuation center is fully working. Well, kind of. We still need to build the helipad for evacuees. So we're just gonna plan that out, or try to. I accidentally was scrolling. Okay, set up one right there. Okay, maybe it'll activate because it has a sliver. The engineer, I want you to start building that.
Give me orders.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is the engineers sometimes refuse to do their objectives unless if
I love
you
hard work.
physically grab them and tell them to do it.
Give me an order.
So with this, we're going to build a power pylon, which will extend the range of that generator. Build it, then we'll start evacuating people. Like, it's only been 2 to 3 hours, and 31 people have already turned into infected.
Build all
Which
day.
doesn't sound like a
Worry
lot,
all night.
but it gets pretty bad pretty quickly.
Give me more work to do.
I do kind of dislike how big these helipads are. However, I've heard that the smaller ones used for only civilian distractions is a little broken.
Engineer, ready.
So I can't complain too much because I kind of need them to work. And then by building these security things, yes, it is for sure. Like it very quickly goes into the
What?
thousands.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We're gonna tell people start evacuating to like uh Sentinel North. Sentinel North will be our main point, but the hope is we'll be able to save as many people as possible. And as you see, there's something called civilian groups. These are like AI that kind of like they try fighting back. They could either be normal survivors, scavengers, or they could be just full blown psychotic cannibals. They all operate kind of the same. They have a military base where they're based in, and then
I've got you, sir.
so forth. Okay, we found the Californian coalition, so we're going to click to locate them. So they are actually in Saber Harbor as we speak. Where are they based though? Usually you can tell by they have like a walled-in building, but I think we just haven't seen them. All right.
I love hard work.
We're going to get some like I want to say we want to get 2 evacuation pads because this is closer to the front line, thus the infection can get pretty bad really quickly here because this sector, the Blue Crest Estate, already has a small infected population. And then the Sparrow we're going to take right here to blow up these bridges, which will slow the infection down slightly. Not a lot, but slightly. We're going to tell people to... No, we're not going to tell anyone to evacuate to Elena's point yet. But the first evacuation helipad has landed down. Are they set to evacuate? Oh shoot, I accidentally paused the game.
Do you have something for me to fix?
We are low on funds right now, which is pretty bad. Which means we can't use the bombing of the bridges. Okay, evacuation order. Okay, we do need to build holding areas to hold civilians when they evac, but as you can see, they kind of act like a mass infantry when they evacuate, as you can see. It does look like they need holdings in order to evacuate now, which means we'll have to wait a little bit till we get more money. Alright, just as I say that, we get a small shipment of money via those objectives we are holding. We can upgrade them to generate more income, but the one that's generating the most is the one in Elena's point, for sure. One thing we do want to build is an infection detection center. Where is it? Okay, we can't build it yet because it costs a lot of money. But basically, if civilians are infected, it won't tell you, unless if you have those towers. Which means it can get pretty messy really quickly. If you get too many infected people in the aircraft carrier, you could potentially lose the game, which is what I've heard. We currently are making 3,150. Okay, we can set you as an evac pad as well. It does look like the evacuations don't work unless if you have a civilian administration in a holding area. So they definitely overhauled the whole evacuation part of the game, which it's nice, but it does add like a whole new you needing to build a base. Ah, the infected population is at the number nice. When do I get more money? It's taking so long to get those drops. Okay, we just got more. Let's get a civilian administration up.
Give me an order.
Yeah, Point Hill's infected population is rising. Okay, and we have our first cargo plane carrying 148 survivors.
Engineer, ready.
And with that, we still don't have enough funds.
I'm at your call.
Okay, I'm gonna order you to go a little outside of our safe zone
What are your orders?
to build
It will be done.
another resource generation. We also earn money by evacuating, which is really good economically.
I've got you, sir.
And we are going to work on getting some defenses up. Because this is the front line, and roughly around day 2 we encountered the Juggernauts. The Juggernauts are something you do not want to deal with.
Do you have something for me?
Let's just say they can destroy your base relatively quickly, and it's also ruined my runs. Same with the Crows. The Crows you encounter a little quicker. So we have 3 evac centers set up and working.
Give me more work to do.
Civilian administration.
What can I do for you?
Build a hold.
I've got you, sir.
Now we're going to set up
I'm at your
watchtowers in Elena's points on the bridges. I guess we don't have any money for that.
Do you have something for me to fix?
That's good. Hopefully. Trying to see if there's any like victory points in these areas.
Give me an order.
Okay. We have a gate set up. And why aren't these working? They are set to evacuate, are they not? Like, it seems the only people who are actively evacuating is this place. I hope it's not bugged. I would really be sad if that is the case. We'll build a transport garage, which is a new item they added, which will pick people up for evacuation, kind of making it
Give me an order.
quicker.
At your command. At your command.
Yep, so it's already going to pick people up to take them to the holding cells. Well, not a holding cell, but an evacuation base.
Build all day, party all night.
Yeah, a lot of people are heading to Sentinel North and getting evacuated, which is really good for us. We're going to set up some watchtowers in the dockyards just to kind of like try securing our 6. we are going to recruit a few more individuals. Combatants. We can only recruit 2.
Moving there.
But we'll grab the Sparrow to pick them up. Because those people we are going to put on the front line over here.
Ready to go.
Because this is on the active front line. And... oh, shoot. Patient Zero was on her way to the island we wanted to stop her from. Shoot. Well, hopefully she doesn't head towards Elena Point.
Engineer, ready.
Hopefully. Because Patient Zero, she can regenerate health. She's effectively immortal till you get enough DNA points. And if she heads to Elena Point, that whole evacuation center's just gone. Wait, why is the... a little confused by that. Okay, there's some people running. I don't know if... I don't think they're infected. But it's only been a few hours, and 4 people are confirmed dead, and 291 are infected. So it's definitely a curve when it comes to the whole infection thing. Okay, people are finally starting to get to the holding cells. Well, not holding cells. Holding cells are if they're infected, which we will build one, then tell you to build a infection detection center, which will go into civilian orders. If you are confirmed infected, you'll be put in a holding cell. Well, we'll have to build it before we can confirm that. Since it's just finishing, do that. Because if they're in a holding cell, we'll get DNA points, which usually you get DNA points only by killing the infected. Elena's Point. Where is it? There we go. I do hope we can prepare this location quickly before the Juggernaut pops up, because if the Juggernaut comes and we're not prepared, we're dead. We also need to set up this whole anti-Leviathan thing, because Leviathans are not something you want to deal with, because they're basically giant worms. That's the best way to describe them. And they like destroying things, kind of similar to the Juggernaut. Just to operate this one item, it'll require 3 generators. Oh no, why is there... oh no. We've encountered an infected horde a little quicker than I was hoping. So luckily we did get that machine gun turret up, so it is taking them out. And then they have these watchtowers, which I don't know why, but this is when they're shooting, like it lifts the top of the watchtower. This is what it looks like when it's closed. You would think they would not do that, but it does. That person just skyrocketed, didn't he? Kind of looks like a boss movement, but... yeah, good thing I decided to invest in a machine gun turret, because it definitely stopped the infection from getting more in. Industrial, apparently. There's attacks... which, those attacks are probably, you know, the infected, but hopefully not. I'm gonna send the radio operator to bomb the bridges. It will hopefully slow down the infection at least. Now, engineer, I want you to build a wall here. No, I'm gonna tell you to build it here. That way it can just be all the way down to the coast. And then to make sure you are safe, we're gonna send over this squadron. So we've managed to save 1,332 people in just like 14-ish hours or so.
Give me more work to do.
So we definitely are doing good work right now. Okay. The infected are definitely traveling the road, the bridges. So we're going to go into our hostile actions and firebomb the bridge. Well, not firebomb, but bomb it.
Carpet bomb incoming.
Oh, get out of the way before you get bombed, Sparrow. So just like that, we managed to take out one of the bridges, which will slow down the... I don't think the ground zombies can. The infected can even attack. That zombie, that infected just fell into the literal ocean. Oh, that's patient 0. No, wait a minute. Who is this person? It's not patient 0, but they're deemed like an enemy.
Carpet bomb incoming.
I'm a little worried by that, so we're just gonna bomb the bridge. That way he won't be coming here. Okay. And we are going to get a generator up and running by this wall.
As you order. Moving out. What can I do for you?
But yeah, these things, they're very pricey, but they have a long range of... It prevents the whole Leviathan from just rising from the ground. Which, if we can cover the whole main islands, we would be totally safe from that, but we don't want to stretch ourselves too thin, which we kind of already are. But the hope is the way we are doing it is we'll be able to save as many lives as possible. Because the more infected, which means the more enemies we'll have to deal with. And we've almost locked down our little evac center here. Gonna just do a little drive, flyby industrial, just to see what's going on over there. We got another... Oh! Okay. I don't know who these people are, but they're definitely not Subject 0. They're like... Oh, we've encountered first responders. The first responders are, I believe, a friendly organization. I've never actually encountered them, though. I've only seen them in the diplomacy tab, but apparently they're set up in Winfield Scott. Ah, there they are. So it looks like they are just normal, like, firefighters and whatnot. Basic civilians, which makes sense. They're first responders. Elena Point, we are trying to fortify, because we do want to try, like, diverting the infected. Industrial is discovering dead people. which means the infected are spreading.
Engineer, ready.
Got that up and running.
Party all night.
We're going to build another helipad, which we can only build 6 evacs. Doesn't look like there's a lot of people evacuating, which I find a little unique. I would expect them to want to, you know, get to safety, but I guess that's not the case. The Californian coalition considers us allies now because we've evacuated so many individuals from, well, certain death, really.
Moving out.
We're going to send out our squad of 3 units now, since we've gotten most of the defenses up and running. I say that, and there's no defenses. There's only, like, this one wall that's constructed. People are starting to evac here, which is good.
Huh? What?
But yeah, as you can tell by looking at the infection screen, it's really starting to tick up in infected.
I love
Which that is what happens. But yeah, Saber Harbor is a pretty big area, so instead of trying to push ourselves thin, we are just fortifying this general small area.
on station.
Okay, Elena's point is starting to evacuate people as well. Good.
I've got you, sir.
Gonna build an infection detection center, because I don't know if it's true, but if too many infected individuals get onto the helicopter carrier, we do lose the game.
Do you have something for me to fix?
Oh, shoot. Apparently, industrial is where patient 0 is, which means she's right next to the whole, you know, defenses, which is really, really worrying. Oh, that's not patient 0, I know, but patient 0 has a unique appearance, but it has like a boss bar, like it's a special type of infected. But yeah, all the infected, they kind of form these flesh towers, which spread the infection even more, which I do find a little concerning, one might say. There's another boss, but I'm trying to wrap my head around why are they like that. Yeah, that's what the bosses are supposed to look like. Why is there so many of them? There's patient 0. As you can tell, this used to be like a defensive AI base, but they're dead because patient 0 attacked. Wait, no, apparently they're still alive. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. And they're actually winning. Now that's really interesting. I've never seen an AI actually able to fight back against the infected. Usually they'll fight back for a short duration and then die. Okay, we've discovered a bunch of new diplomacies.
I've got you, sir.
Okay, we do want to get some defenses here. Mostly we want to place them in obscure locations because the crows will start coming in. And Sentinel Point is kind of like a small area. Usually you don't see much infected. But Rad Dock Parkway, Frontier Pier, I'm going to tell them to evacuate to Saber Harbor. Where is Saber Harbor? There we go. And the military base, they're already evacuating. Okay, I do not like that person getting a little close to comfort. So we're gonna try a carpet bomb on them. It almost worked. He was just he now has a concussion, one might say. So not ideal. We were trying to kill him, not just cause him to be mildly irate. 3 of the bridges are fully up and running with slight defenses. Not defenses that we will be able to hold off. Oh shoot, I didn't even notice that spam bot. Ah, shucks. Okay, it seems he's just sitting. Nope, he's on the move again. Californian guards, they can get armed militias. But we are already maxed out on population, so we'll have to build more population centers for us.
Carpet bomb this area.
Alright. Special infected down. We could use our influence to tell the Californian Guard to move their base closer to ours. Or try to, at least. By doing... You can only tell them to move within the zone. So by telling them to move closer to us, they actually can help us defend even more.
As you order.
Yeah, like, so now we have a slight guard division on that side of our defenses. We're going to get some missile turrets in preparation for the whole, what's the right word for it? The Juggernaut. Numerous missing people cases reported at Industrial. So Industrial is becoming, how do I say this? Infected. And it's right by Elena's point. We're going to tell them to evacuate. However, before you build that, I want you to build an infection detection center. And I want you to build holding cells. Because now, since the infection rate is 25% there, we want to be able to contain any people who might be infected before they come here. Well, kind of after, I guess you could say.
On the go.
We've managed to rescue almost 5,000 people. Oh, Frontier Pier is also become slightly infected. Hmm. That's not good. Oh, shoot, that's a pretty decent number of infected on the roads.
Carpet bomb on this target.
Ah, they got out of the way too quickly. Okay, they infected are making their way to our zone. So let's get another machine gun tower placed up. Yeah, they're definitely moving into Saber Harbor. So we do want to secure anything that we can.
Give me an order.
Right on that point, anyone who's that gets put in the holding cell.
Give me an order.
So we can place down one more evacuation center, and we're going to do it for LNS Point. So each evacuation center we currently have built will have 2 helipads for evacuation purposes.
Our base facility is damaged.
Okay, so we're being attacked somewhere. Okay, so infected have reached this location, and we haven't really built up any hardline defenses. Mainly because I forgot. But that's fine.
I'm ready. I've got this under control.
But yeah, the stream will go on for about maybe an hour and 30 minutes. And then gonna end stream and then quickly rerun it. Mainly because I'm bad at editing, and we are posting this video on YouTube as part of the Twitch YouTube channel. So the hope is if people want to watch Cepheus Protocol, they can just watch it there instead of, having to rely on Twitch.
Give me more work to do.
What I am worried about is how do I lock down these areas? I can probably lock down by building here and locking down this bridge here. Because the infection's slowly getting quickly out of hand. Or Possibly. It is still the very early days of the infection.
I'll handle it. I'm at your call. Got your six.
But yeah, if you're wondering why we're investing in so many missile turrets, and just turrets in general, is Leviathans, and not always Leviathans even, um, just in the Juggernauts, they can very quickly destroy everything you've ever built. um, so it kind of makes you want to defend relatively a lot, because I can't much rely on any high-tech weaponry right now since it is pretty early in the game. We don't exactly have Apache attack helicopters and whatnot. Gonna fly over by Frontier Pier and see if there's large amounts of infected to bomb to kind of like help save. Okay, it looks like that base has fallen, so I don't think they'll mind if I just do a carpet bomb on them.
Area targeted.
They probably hate me. The Armada will most likely hate me. Oh no, get out of the way, get out of the way, Sparrow. I'm assuming, okay, they're still neutral with me, but I did kill all those infected that were attacking. The shield. Interesting. Okay, they're just normal infantry. Oh, they have assault squads? Wait a minute. Are you telling me the Armada is a raider group that'll raid other surviving groups? Maybe?
Clear the area. Carpet bomb incoming.
Oh, shoot.
Ready to go.
They've almost taken out that base completely. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Which means I directly led to the death of our,
Ready to go.
well,
Got your
teammates.
six.
Well, they would have died earlier. But,
I'm at
you
your
know,
call.
still feel a little guilty.
Engineer.
Come on, build the thing.
Ready. Give me more work.
And then we're gonna get some anti-air built. Hmm. Okay, the infection is getting worse in industrial.
Give me an order.
Please contact your local authorities.
We've evacuated almost 10,000 people. That's really good. Oh, I see. That turret was never constructed. The engineers are a bit finicky, I will say.
Something for me to fix?
And it does work me up. It's like, why aren't you doing your literal job? But Sentinel North is really working right now as the evacuation point, because it's thousands of people have relocated there. I'm going to try bombing some stuff in industrial.
Give me an order.
Not sure if
Build all
the
day,
infected will,
worry all night.
fight back out of anger, but we'll
Give me an
see.
order.
Yeah, industrial is not looking too good. Is that a whole literal army? It is.
Carpet bomb on this target.
It does look like there's civilians, unfortunately. Our reputation hasn't suffered from that bombing. But we do want to try getting rid of that flesh pier-like thing. I think that's what they would call it, realistically.
Evacuate the area.
Oh shoot. That angered her. Run, Sparrow, run. Yeah, I forgot. Bombing those places kind of awaken them, make them just way more angry than they should be.
What can I do for you?
I haven't built this yet. Might wanna just build it. It's like a security measure. We just built it there because it has enough range to cover our main evacuation point. Don't know why I'm building the generators like that, but here we are.
Carpet bomb incoming.
Oh, hopefully the civilians don't die. Well, they did. But it's reasonable casualties. Apparently, our reputation in industrial rose because we bombed them. But we are trying to fight the infection, so I guess it makes sense. It seems like the main evacuation path is swarming.
Carpet bomb this area.
Oh, I don't like where she's going. Looks like she's heading straight down towards this bridge.
Give me more work to do.
Yeah, she's moving with assault force down. Attacking the survivors that are trying to evacuate.
Clear the area. Carpet bomb incoming.
Oh, I feel bad for those survivors. But why does she have a gun? I don't know. Usually the infected don't use guns.
I'm at your call.
Feels like we're fortifying Elena Point way more than the other evac centers, but that is alright. Because it is, well, I wouldn't say it's our main base of operations, but
Give me orders.
it definitely is important in that area, because each of these headquarters fulfill a need. This one's mainly our evacuation one, hence why it's so close to the uh, aircraft carrier. Same with Saber Harbor. The rich one gives us a lot of money. And we can upgrade it actually twice to give us even more. Okay, okay, there's the crows I was talking about. They're really freaking annoying. I wonder if this works against them. Okay, it somewhat works, I guess you could say. I was hoping a lot more effective, but... eh.
Engineer, ready.
Point Hill is basically all dead, which is a shame. Infection level in industrial is large.
Carpet bomb on this target.
Yeah, we can't damage it quickly enough with that. We'll have to have like an actual combat force.
I love hard work.
So let's get a barracks down and a few garrison tents.
Moving there.
Jeez, what was with the leg with that? Yeah, it's like really leggy doing the movement just to show us the barracks.
I'm at your call.
It is day 2. Okay, Glen Military Base is almost completely empty due to our evacuation efforts.
As you command. I've got you. You have something for me to fix.
Who's shooting? Oh, shoot, I see.
As you command. Give me orders.
But yeah, this is how the pros seem to operate.
Moving there. Bad feeling about this. I'll handle it.
We fortified well against normal infected. At least in this area. We have not yet built defenses for this area. Which I am a little bit worried, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Totally. By building more holding areas, more people are trying to get here before waiting for more room to open up, so we're going to build a few more. That way, the more people we get, the more people we save. I'm also going to build a, where is it? A motor pool to get some vehicles up and running. Oh, shoot. Infected are on the boat. So we must have picked up people who were infected. And then they turned infected on the evacuation boat. Alright. We have survived that, at least. Evacuation efforts are still on way. I'm shocked we've been able to keep up with evacuating such a number. Burglary. Oh, the first responders consider us to now be allies. Which means we can't tell them to move into LNS Point, but we can tell them to evacuate to LNS Point. We're going to put down a transport garage to help. Well, they can only evacuate people if they have a civilian administration, and we only have 3 administrations, and all of them are at our intake locations, so the buses don't really work. Kind of forgot about that, but it's fine, right? We're totally fine.
I've got you, sir.
We're going to keep that heavy guy on the ship just in case if there's another infection outbreak. This is actually like my first time experiencing that, which honestly it was pretty fun. It adds more risk and making sure you have to scan the people beforehand. But I wonder, how did I fail to properly ensure everyone's, we'll build an Ajax and have it fortified with, let's see, that. Oh, there's different colors. Oh, it's too big to recruit? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, those defenses are definitely doing really good work. Now, it is time to start fortifying this lower area, for sure, though. Because we are slightly running out of time. Oh, I'm assuming there's like a survivor faction right there, and that's why I can't build. It still have a lot of surplus power, which means we'll build an anti-air. The Ajax has finished assembly. Now it's slowly taking us while it kills up the frame rate. Oh shoot. Crows.
Stop it before it gets too close. Stop it before it gets too close.
Yeah, the main hero is, of course, able to just eat up the crows. Oh no. Where's this juggernaut? Okay, it's heading for our main defense line. So let's not worry. Well, let's worry a lot, quite a lot. Because these are the things I've been prepping for. The Leviathans, I can just build a thing to prevent them from like appearing out of thin air, but these things are different. These are like the killers. Because they can throw vehicles. Yeah, as you can tell. Just instantly destroyed that. I'm going to tell the Sparrow to go over there to potentially do a carpet bomb.
The base is under attack.
Dude, it destroyed the literal generator. Sparrow, you could come in at any moment, you know.
Evacuate the area.
Shoot, I forgot to get the 2 assault units out of the way. Why is... Are you stuck? No, you're not stuck.
A base building is being damaged.
Oh shoot, I think we might be losing this one. Because the infected are now moving in. Okay, we'll recruit new bullet sponges. Currently, Blue Crest Estate is where we are dealing with Patient zero. Oh shoot. The infected destroyed one of our bridge gates? Or did we never build that one up? Well, either way, time to recruit 2 heavy-duty units. Let's move the Ajax over there to respond to that threat. Let's move a little closer to the shore.
Moving out. Inbound targets. As you wish.
Area targeted.
I'll handle it.
A unit has been killed.
Well, they died in vain. Unless if the AI can deal with them. I think they might be able to. Oh, what the? Alright. I think they actually might be able to deal with the Juggernaut. Oh, thank goodness. They managed to fight back. But yeah, that's what I was worried about. Because now we have literally no defenses against the infected.
Got a lot of bullets ready to go.
And we
Copy that.
still need that location for ground
Getting paid by
control.
the hour. Roger, sir. What do you want?
I'm going to send the 2 heavies over there. Once this is built, why can't I build it?
I love hard work.
I have a feeling there's a survivor base right there. We have almost reached 20,000 evacuees. I cannot say it correctly. Oh shoot, we found a hostile one in Simon's Loop. Oh shoot, it's the people who are
Field all day,
right there.
party all night.
Darn it. We're gonna have to kill them. I know.
Your call. I'm at your call.
Yeah, they're right here.
Give me more work to do.
It looks like we're gonna destroy the base quite fine though.
I love hard work. I've got you, sir.
And we haven't even gone to the other island, which is isolated from the rest of the islands. For all I know, there's an infection going on. Okay, it doesn't look like yet, but it can start at any time, really. We're getting the walls back and running. Oh. They were T-posing. Yes. So we're actually on Treasure Island. I don't know why I forgot about that, but that is where we are currently, like, trying to survive and evacuate as many people as we can. Things are working right now. We've managed to evacuate a decent number of people. More than 10,000 compared to the infected.
Do you have something for me to fix?
Now, can you just... Okay, since we've killed the marauders that were stationed there, we can now build the wall. I'm always iffy with building walls around the lakes, because I don't know if he will obey it or just not do it. So if we go to that, we've completely destroyed the marauders, which is good because, well, they were hostile and they would have just caused more trouble than it's worth.
You say make it like this.
Okay, good news is Bradway Parkway has and the dockyard military base and, well, both military barracks have been reduced population wise, so I am liking that. Okay, I'm turning off some things on the minimap filters and hoping that slows it down, because that was one issue they did mention that they had with this game is the, what's the right word for it? Minimap takes so much of the frame rate because it details every movement. I'm pretty shocked the turrets have been able to hold their own right now. And I'm pretty happy with how evacuation efforts have been carrying off. But instead of ending the stream at 1 hour and 30 minutes, we're just gonna go on till 2 hours, and then we're gonna end. Oh shoot! Like, the detection tower didn't work as intended. One individual was infected and then got into the base, and now a bunch of people are heading over right towards her. All right. Infection taken care of. We're building a lot more holdings to hopefully quick up, like make it quicker, the evacuation efforts. Driving out to see how bad it is on the... Shoot, the coalition here is dealing with some. So we'll recruit 4 of them.
As you order. As you command.
Because we do want to keep our allies alive as long as we can. So it looks like the Armada is still alive. Via different base, but still.
Carpet bomb incoming.
I love hard work. Give me an order. I'm at your call. What can I do for you? Engineer, ready. Build all day, party all night.
Gonna get more anti-air. Oh, we've actually unlocked a doctrine point, which one point can allow us to unlock a one point thing. So we have armored core, engineering core, and mobile infantry. Each one provides different upgrades. Mobile infantry kind of just gives us upgrades that we could improve our infantry. Engineering core kind of makes reducing purchasing price by 40%. That requires 2 points. Electric fence. We could try going for the Shawnee, which is the attack helicopter, which is very expensive. However, it's really effective at getting the job done, I've noticed. Once we're done with this wall, I want him to build a barracks over here. Well, probably more realistically here. And let's build a generator right there. But yeah, so we've now rescued 25,000 people. The infection is, I'm actually pretty shocked. We've managed to evacuate more people than people getting infected. In my current my other playtest, it's usually the other way around. We usually lose more people than what we save. But then again, it's still the early days. Oh, we've discovered the blood demons. They're agitated, but they're not hostile right now.
I love hard work.
Which, that's at least something to look forwards towards. Wait a minute. Are the... Who's the people at Treasure Dockyard? I don't think I met them. Okay, so our bombings have negative opinion on people. Like, there's BD set up in this zone. I'm not sure who BD is, though, so... We're just gonna continue doing our normal fortification, though. But with that, we are going to get more reinforcements. Oh shoot, a large... Oh, my frame rate's just dropping. We are dealing with a large swarm of infected coming towards Elena's. These, oh, no, not again. Not a juggernaut. But industrial is officially no surviving population is left. Now, where is he going to go? Okay.
Evacuate the area.
Ah, you gotta be kidding me. He dodged it. And he's coming straight down here again. Oh dear. Wait a minute. We can get engineers, which their main weapons can be... Oh, I thought it could be RPGs. Okay, I see. We'll create a new group dedicated to this zone and name them Group 3A. But yeah, frame rate does start to drop once you start getting into the third and fourth days, as you probably have noticed. Because all the movement. Wait a minute, who declared us hostile? Oh, the blood demons? That's a shame.
I'm at your call. I'm at your call.
Okay, I already have one set up here at Elena's for the Leviathan. You can place the command center right there. The command center will allow us to unlock snipers and whatnot. Braddock Parkway is almost depopulated, which is good. Okay, and I want you guys to move there once you're deployed.
Do you have something for me to fix?
But yeah, as you guys saw, Juggernauts equal a bad time. For those who play Undertale, assume it as the Sans fight, but you cannot dodge. You just have to deal with it and accept it.
Give me an order.
Jeez. Okay, Juggernaut is definitely there. So I want you two to board, I want you to board, and you to board, and you to board. But you guys, I want you to switch your weapons. To your RPGs? Yes. We'll try stopping the Juggernaut before they get close to the base again. Okay, he is getting a little angry, I can tell. Oh shoot, yeah, he's definitely not happy. Who would have thunk it?
Area targeted.
Alright, Juggernaut down. Now let's recruit one person
Bad
here.
feeling about this.
Now let's see here. Oh, no, we have a bunch of crows now.
A base facility is damaged.
Really don't like the crows. Because they're really difficult to kill, and anti-air
A base structure is
isn't exactly that good towards them. Wait a minute.
Engineer, ready.
Repair the tower.
Your base is under attack.
Yeah, that was just like one, like, swarm of,
Do you have something?
yeah, what you call it? The thingamajigs. The, crows. Turrets don't exactly work on them. But by building this, we'll extend our zone for anti-Leviathan pretty nicely, that most of our safe zones will not be at risk. Within
I hear
theory,
you,
of
sir.
course. Within theory.
What can I do for you?
Okay, build a turret generator there. I think we're gonna send you guys actually on a little trip. The engineers, though. Can't tell them to switch their weapons, unfortunately. So they'll just be stuck using RPGs if they spot any infected. Which it does look like there's not really any infected in this area. There used to be, but not anymore.
I love hard work.
But yeah, Elena Point, one of our main actual bases, looks like. I think that's why our frame rate's so low. There's so many people just running about. It looks like, it feels like we're not evacuating enough people. I know we are. We've almost double the amount the infected have. have they gotten over to this island? Okay, this island seems still a little unaffected, which that is something I am good to hear. Oh, right, I forgot. I recruited a scientist out of those people. So if we just select the scientist to go down, she can collect the DNA, which we can use to unlock benefits to help against the infected. Where's the battle music coming from? I don't understand it. When I pause the game, it gets more slow. Oh, because the blood demons. They must be here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that. I could initiate a trade with them. Maybe let's do 1,000. Maybe another 1,000. Don't tell me they're just stubborn and I can't make peace with them. Because first they were agitated, but now they're just hostile. Yeah, they're in an all-out war with us. Which means they're not quite happy to see us here.
Awaiting orders.
Wasn't expecting to one of my main areas to be part of a combat zone.
Should be exciting.
Yeah, it's like the infection stopped. Almost. Well, I mean, it could be like equaling out the amount we're killing versus the amount they're infecting. But currently they have 16,000 roughly in their ranks. And we've killed at least 1,000, either before they got infected or after they got infected. Which is kind of depressing to think about, but that's just kind of how it goes. Let's just get the defenses back online. But yeah, it's like blowing up those bridges really slowed down the infection's growth, I guess. It would be really suck if we kill the infection before they can get strong enough to actually defeat patient 0. Like, we've almost evacuated this whole generalized main island. And we're getting a lot of money for the evacuations. But this area is definitely like their strongest when it comes to that. Maybe we can set up some centers over here, like civilian administrations they're called. The civilian administrations will allow the trucks to actually drive people to rescue them and bring them to the. Wait, where did say patient zero was? All right, very slow, very laggy loading. Okay, so apparently she's in blue crest state. Patient zero. We've encountered the saviors. Where were the saviors? Oh, they're here. That would make sense. Now we're gonna drop a heavy and Gary to just fortify this area a bit. Well, we can drop Gary crew. We'll drop all of them besides the radio operator because we just want to fortify this that it can defend itself effectively. Yeah, the infection's like to a standstill. Usually they are rapidly growing, but I think maybe they could be the AI could be struggling because without the bridges they can't exactly use all their forces at once. Because the amount of people they infect is kind of like a resource for them. Alright. Tell you to switch your guns. Then I want you to stop being so laggy for a second. I want you to build that. Oh, concrete jungle's not being evacuated? I would have thought that it would be, but I guess not. Probably because I wasn't expecting them to hold on via the infection this long. I think I was expecting them just to be gone instantly. That sparrow has been up in the sky for over 3 days, yet it still has most of its fuel. I'm not complaining. Gas refueling is not always the best and most fun part of the game. Oh, I see. That's a pretty large amount of normal infected. Nothing the turrets can't handle, though. I think us supporting the AI in, like, the NPCs in our sectors has really helped us thrive.
Build all day, party all night. Give me more work to do.
Wait, what happened to that builder? Oh,
What can I do for you?
he just like completely vanished for a second. I was like, what's going on?
I'm at your call. Give me an order.
Oh, no. I see you.
Trigger finger's itching, sir.
I see the outline of that juggernaut.
Aye, sir.
Alright. Now let's bear through the leg.
Build all day, party all
Okay. Tell you to switch your weapons and get back on that airplane. Well, not airplane, but helicopter.
Do you have something for me to fix?
A main building is being damaged. Warning, a unit has been killed.
Please don't tell me we are going to lose our literal stronghold at Elena's Point. I would really not like that. I mean, the same thing happened at Saber Harbor. Oh, using AI weakness to
Clear the area. Carpet bomb incoming.
Okay. So it looks like bombings do not work, as a matter of fact. How long will it take? Oh, it's on a flight to get here? I would prefer if it was here now, but... Okay, let's recruit two more engineers with RPGs. Group 4 for defense of Elena's Point. Deploy. Telling them to deploy to give us a better advantage, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Now have the engineer repair. Yeah, we are really doing good. Usually the infection's a lot worse. We are actually playing Director's Cut, which is the most difficult when it comes to... trying to think the right word. Difficulty, yeah, difficulty. So, like, the Juggernauts are difficult, but somehow we are not dead. Mainly because RPGs. Usually I don't even use RPGs, so that would explain why they are suddenly extremely scary to fight. Are they still trying to attack that gate even though the people living there are dead? I swear. The AI in this is a little wonky, but it's an indie game, so they'll definitely work out the kinks, hopefully. There down the line. A large amount of infected just here. So we'll just deal with them. Oh, apparently. Oh, I see what's going on here. Here they try forming into a bigger tower, but by bombing it,
Carpet bomb on
we
this target.
we kill more of them. I think that was just a giant thing of civilians. Oh, they have the ability to shoot us. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. They've evolved like some sort of defenses.
Your away team is under attack. Away team is under attack.
Okay, that's it. We have to call Sparrow back.
I think I see something. I love art.
A base structure has been damaged.
What has been damaged exactly? Okay, not over here. Oh, I see. It's possibly over here, just by looking at the amount.
Warning. The base is under attack.
Okay, they are gaining new infected, but they're also just throwing their lives away, attacking us. Looks like they're trying to attack this base here. So we're going to recruit some more people here to help defend it. So team 3.
On station. As you order. I've got your 6. Enemy sighted.
Stand by. Supplies are being sent to you now.
Wait, was that? It said something, I couldn't hear it. I was a little too focused on this. But yeah, things are definitely going good in terms of protecting the civilian population. We are actually doing more than well, I think. Normally it's more nightmarish, but maybe it's just because I blew up those bridges and kind of weakened them. Because I'm assuming if I repaired one of the bridges, all the infected from Industrial and Peak Point and all that, they would go down to Blue Crest and try pushing to Saber Harbor. I'm not going to do that, because why make it easier for the infected? Because they already have an idea of what they want to do. They throw themselves at that defense. Now let's get the Sparrow and order them to just come on down. Yeah, we've almost saved 40,000 people already. Mind you, when we start the game, there's the map, the 6 islands technically have only 160,000 people. This island has no real risk right now, it looks like. Hmm. Moving them over here to hopefully kill, like, the stragglers. Oh, I see. They're all just kind of glitched here. But yeah, we've earned quite the amount of money from the whole holding the line here. I do think, since it is a little over 2 hours, I'm going to end the stream. However, we will be back in probably like 10-20 minutes. So if uh, you guys are enjoying the stream so far, I will be back shortly. It's just I want to, since I forgot to click the record on this as well, to just cut it up later for future use for YouTube. I'm just gonna cut it off in like 2 hour segments, so that way it's easier to post to YouTube. So I will be back relatively shortly. So let's just save. Oh, wait a minute. What's wrong with the? Is something wrong with the save files? Yeah, it's like it's not there. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to just do something risky and click exit to main menu and save before exiting. And then we have some pretty cool artwork, I want to say. And then we are back at the main menu. We're just gonna exit. And we will be back relatively shortly. Like probably 10-20-ish minutes for those watching on stream. And those on YouTube, well, this doesn't really apply to you. So I will see all you who have stopped in very shortly.